Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news from our city, state, and country. We take a look at your comments, ideas, and suggestions. We combine all this information and put it to good use as a community of English-speaking locals living here in Puerto Vallarta. It's a beautiful December day. Today is Saturday, December 28th. So, as usual, we're going to proceed with our news. And there's a lot of important news to share today, which is interesting because some Saturdays we have a lot of things to share, some Saturdays not so many. But today we have very, very important news to share. As usual, we want to acknowledge your questions, and that is a lot easier if you type a capital letter Q at the beginning of any comment or question that you wish to have acknowledged. And if you're watching new for the first time, welcome to Coffee and Headlines. Feel free to write a capital letter N as in new, and we'll be so very happy to give you a nice little friendly welcome. So let's get on with the news. And the first item should be very, very important for Americans living in Puerto Vallarta. In a shocking twist, this is important, folks. In a shocking twist, Mexican authorities have revealed that the biggest offenders of illegal immigration in Mexico aren't coming from the south. They are actually coming from the north. Popular tourist destinations like Puerto Vallarta have seen a surge of Americans forgetting to leave after their visas expire. Authorities are now focusing on key offenders, retirees with yoga mats permanently planted in their beachfront condos, digital nomads working remotely while perfecting their tan lines, and seasonal performers with questionable permits at popular venues. Starting in 2025, authorities will step up efforts to identify U.S. citizens living in Mexico without proper documentation. Once apprehended, the guilty parties will face a difficult choice: return to the United States immediately or commit to 3 consecutive years of bagging groceries at Ley Supermarket in Cinco de Diciembre in the non-air-conditioned checkout lanes, no less. We think it's a fair deal, said a government spokesperson. They've been consuming our tacos and tequila for years. Now they'll finally get to give back to the community 1 awkward bag of avocados at a time. Lay employees are reportedly thrilled about the plan. We could use the extra hands, said one cashier, though they'll need to learn the difference between cilantro and paisley fast if they want to survive. Meanwhile, tourism officials remain concerned. What happens if they arrest half the expat Facebook group moderators? Asked one worried resident. We might lose the only people still fighting about which taco stand is the best. Only time will tell. But in the meantime, feel free to share your current immigration status in a comment. And of course, if you think you might need immigration law support on this one, feel free to write the word lawyer by itself in a comment, and we'll be very happy to provide a list of suitable lawyers that can hold your hand. Moving right along to the next item of today. For years, this is important as well. For years, the Palm has been Puerto Vallarta's go-to venue for dazzling local and international acts. But lately, whispers among audiences have hinted at a touch of deja vu. Didn't we see this show last year? And the year before that? So, in response, the venue has decided to improvise. In a shocking twist, two of the Palm's headliners, Roy Gomez, who channels Freddie Mercury with rock god precision, and Daniel Celis, whose Elton John tributes have audiences still standing, no pun intended, have announced they're switching roles. That's right. 2025 will see Roy trading Freddie's microphone stand for Elton's bedazzled jackets, while Daniel is reportedly growing a mustache as we speak. And the rumors are swirling. Can Roy rock a pair of heart-shaped sunglasses? Will Daniel's We Are the Champions rival the original? Fans are eager to find out. One regular quipped, if this works next season, we might see a Celine Dion tribute artist covering Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, anything's possible. But that's not all. This move has sparked speculation about other performers at the Palm. Let's hope that they have their permits in check. Could Sutton Lee Seymour trade her signature camp for the gritty edge of Hedwig? Will Jordan Carnegie actually go green? For which, please? If this trend continues, don't be surprised if the staff bartender starts singing Adele covers between drink orders, joked one insider. When reached for a comment, a Palm representative simply said, well, the show must go on. Whether that means Tiny Dancer sung in leather pants or Don't Stop Me Now performance sequence remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, next season at the Palm will be fabulously unpredictable. This is important as well. A newly surfaced advocacy group called Gringos Against Speaking Spanish, or GASP, has sparked controversy in Puerto Vallarta with their ongoing campaign to simplify life for monolingual English speakers. Their main argument, why should we learn Spanish just because we live in Mexico? That's a good question. The group claims that they were lured to Puerto Vallarta under promises of the friendliest city in the world where everyone speaks English, and they now feel betrayed. We did not sign up for this, said one disgruntled member at a recent rally held at a well-known beachfront margarita spot. Why is the language so hard? And honestly, what's with all these long names like Emiliano Zapata, Nuevo Nayarit? Do they want us to get lost? The group, which insists it represents hundreds of expats who avoid speaking beyond shouting margarita at waiters, recently proposed taking sweeping changes to the municipal government. Take Emiliano Zapata, said a passionate GASP spokesperson. That's 7 syllables. 7. It's exhausting. Why not just call it Southside? That's only 2 syllables. Or Old Town. And it's in English, simple and efficient. So what's going to happen? Well, faced with relentless petitions and several passive-aggressive Facebook posts, local officials have decided on a compromise to keep the peace. Effective immediately, all city and neighborhood names will be shortened to 2 syllables derived from their original names, of course. For example, Puerto Vallarta will now be known as Puva. Nuevo Nayarit will be known as Nuna. And of course, the iconic Emiliano Zapata neighborhood, well, say hello to Emmy. While GASP celebrated the decision with what they described as the victory margarita heard around the world, some locals are less enthused. This is ridiculous, said a frustrated resident. Next thing you know, they'll start calling tacos Mexican wraps and tequila spicy vodka. But of course, that's too many syllables as well. Critics have also raised concerns about how this could affect local traditions. Will Marina Vallarta's famous Thursday market be renamed Mava Food Truck Night? Asked one worried artisan. Do they realize Emiliano Zapata was a revolutionary hero and not a street sign? And as for GASP, their mission is definitely not over. They're now reportedly lobbying to replace the peso currency with US dollars, arguing it's so much easier than doing all that math in our heads. Well, that is something. Moving right along, we have more news to share. And of course, in an unprecedented move, Lay's, the global potato chip giant, has announced a multi million-dollar research project to alter the mysterious ley lines that intersect near Puerto Vallarta. Company officials claim the natural energy from these ancient mystical pathways is completely wasted on sunsets and spiritual awakenings when it could be harnessed to grow the world's most perfect potatoes. We've been studying the ley lines for years, said Dr. Anita Sain, head of Lay's Mystical Agriculture Division. It turns out that redirecting just 2% of their cosmic energy toward potato crops could result in chips so crispy they practically glow with sacred energy. Now, local farmers are skeptical, noting that the region's tropical climate isn't ideal for potato farming. However, Lace insists they've already seen success in early experiments, pointing to a prototype potato chip that, when eaten, supposedly aligns your chakras and boosts Wi Fi signals simultaneously. Tourism officials worry the project could disrupt Puerto Vallarta's reputation as a haven for spiritual seekers. We've already seen yoga studios rebranding as potato meditation centers, said one concerned local. It's only a matter of time before they replace our beachfront sunsets with giant lace holograms. Now, lace representatives remain optimistic. This isn't just about chips, Sign emphasized. It's about uniting humanity one perfectly salted bite at a time. The company plans to hold a press conference atop the Sierra Madre Mountains next month, complete with free samples and an aura cleansing ceremony performed by potato shaped shamans. And last in our set of news, this requires a little bit of context. Way back in 2023, Mexico banned genetically modified corn for human consumption, including imports, effective January 31st, 2024. The decision obviously was made to protect food security, rural communities, food heritage, and the health of its people. However, the United States was not having it. By August 2023, the U.S. had invoked a trade panel under the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or NAFTA, arguing that the ban violated the Trade Pact's food safety chapter. And just a couple of weeks ago, Mexico lost this trial. So, faced with losing the ability to ban GMO corn, Mexico didn't back down. Instead, Mexico came up with a bold Technicolor comeback. Meet the transgenic sombrero. This cutting edge innovation marries cultural heritage with genetic technology that has taken the world and overhead airline compartments by storm. While the bulkiness of traditional mariachi hats has long been the bane of flight attendants and fellow passengers, the new transgenic sombrero offers a whole new experience. Every time a tourist puts one on, the sombrero bursts into an upbeat mariachi tune, accompanied by a puff of genetically modified corn-scented mist. The fragrance, a mix of buttery popcorn and a hint of corn tortillas, is guaranteed to make the wearer the center of attention for better or worse. But that's not all. The sombrero comes equipped with state-of-the-art technology. When the wearer shouts "Olé," the hat projects a holographic display of swaying cornfields, complete with dancing mariachi corn kernels strumming miniature guitars. Rumors suggest future upgrades may include edible tortilla tassels and a built-in salsa dispenser. Puerto Vallarta tourists have embraced the invention with gusto. It's like wearing the heart and soul of Mexico on my head, said one excited visitor while he was checking onto at the airport terminal, precariously balancing a margarita while fumbling with the sombrero's music controls. Plus, my kids love the holograms, he said. They've been trying to play maracas with the corn kernels all day. Flight attendants, however, are less enthusiastic. It was bad enough trying to fit sombreros in the overhead bins, said one weary airline worker. Now we've got hats blasting Cielito Lindo on loop and passengers spraying corn mist every time they move their heads. The cabin smells He said, the cabin smells like a cross between a movie theater and a taqueria. The Mexican government has hailed the transgenic sombrero as a cultural triumph, blending ancient traditions with cutting edge technology. U.S. officials have yet to comment formally, though insiders hint they've developed a retaliatory product, the transgenic cowboy hat, that grows chili beans and plays country music on command. But for now, Mexico is celebrating its victory one sombrero at a time. And if the scent of genetically modified popcorn wafting to your next flight doesn't make you smile, well, maybe the sight of tourists trying to wrestle their sombreros into the overhead bin definitely will. And that's our formal block of news for today. Let us switch over to the weather just to see what's going on out there. Defrag me sideways and call me Charles Baggage. The sun is here, says Snarky Weatherman. I have no idea what that reference is for, but it is 21 degrees out there, and that is really cold for morning standards. Let's check out what's in store for today. We see clear skies throughout the day, a high of 26 and a low of 16. Then tomorrow, Sunday, partly cloudy skies in the morning with clear skies in the afternoon, a high of 26 and a low of 14. Finally, we begin the work week with mostly clear skies through the day with a high of 26 and a low of 14. Now, I have an important announcement to make before we get started with the rest of our broadcast. We had been mentioning that Lucha Libre was happening today for free at the PTL main plaza. And I was all excited to stop by and check it out. But unfortunately, we have found out that the event has been postponed indefinitely, which is really sad news. Let's find something appropriate for that. Let's try this one. Oh, bummer. I was really looking forward to that. And now I have some show and tell that is totally unexpected. A friend of mine told me 2 days ago of a brand new, let me set this up, hold on. There we go. A friend of mine told me a couple of days ago of a brand spanking new farmers market at the municipal stadium. And I thought I would go check that out with my friend, but unfortunately I had a lunch appointment. I am getting all confused. Long story short, I went and had lunch with my friend Lars yesterday, with Larsito, and on the way back, we decided to stop by and check out this farmer's market, which is new to me. And again, this is happening every Friday across the street from the Sheraton Hotel. So I thought we would check it out, and I thought I would take some photographs just to show you what is available. This does not seem to be a quote-unquote American or gringo or English market. All I saw is local vendors. There was a mixture of food and handicrafts. Some booths were already breaking down because this was after 2 o'clock, and the market is only open till 2, but I was able to get a sense at quite a few booths. I don't know where these vendors are on other days of the week, but it is nice to see that this is now available in this side of town, a farmer's market. Again, this is across the street from the Sheraton Hotel. Sombreros, if you want some, and clothing and whatnot. There were a lot of things available, and I was happy to see that there were some food vendors because, you know, it's always fun to go to these things and have a bite as you are looking around. And I want to get to, oh yeah, this one. This one caught my attention because these beautiful baskets are made with pine tree needles, which is a common way to weave baskets, not commonly seen in this part of Mexico, but these are very beautiful. And jewelry and all kinds of other things. As I mentioned, this happens now every Friday across from the Sheraton. But I quickly went to find out the Facebook page for this new market, and I'm going to share it with you in the comment section because they have interesting announcements. For example, this Monday, even though it usually meets on Friday afternoons or early mornings to early afternoon, this coming Monday, there's going to be a holiday sale from 4 to 11 p.m. So if you have no plans on the 30th, this is Monday, you may want to check this out. And this brings us, of course, to the end of my content. Let us take a quick look as to what's on your mind. Hold on. I was trying to giggle and some cough got in the way. Let's take a look at comments. Hey, Daniel is in town. I am so happy to read this and I love all your good mornings. Thank you very much. Albert has a report. I have photos for this report, which I'll share on Monday. Albert went to check out Pizza Joe 2.0 last night and had fantastic pizza. I love it. I have photos. Thank you very much for taking the photos, Albert, and thank you so very much for the report. I will share those photographs on Monday. Let's see. Let's see. Renee is counting days. I love it. Uh-oh. Lars will hide his yoga mat. Brian says, I'm so glad Canadians aren't mentioned. Well, let us hope this does not affect Canadians as well. Let's see. Oh, you have to tell Jim. Oh, yes. If you believed any of the news, you have been had. What can I say? Yeah, really. Michal gets it. Shh, Jim, don't spread the word. Okay, so seriously, last year I got so much shit for the Costco closing bit of news. When I said that Costco was closing, like the internet went on fire. So I decided to be so fucking absurd this year, I wouldn't get into trouble. So let's hope, rather, that we don't get into trouble with our fictitious, funny, pranky news of today. Lars says Margarita Spot. Love that place. You know, isn't that a lovely place? I love it. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday, Salam, and happy birthday, Jules. 2 birthdays. I love it. Love it. Let's see. Uh-oh. Mary fell for it. Uh-oh, Mary, there's no such thing as an English group. Please, come back. You've been had. It was a joke. It's a Mexican tradition. Brian wants to sign up. Well, Brian, I can send you the information, but you have to wear pearls when you sign up because you can't go GASP without clutching pearls. So make sure, I will provide the information if you want, but make sure that you have pearls to clutch. Otherwise, you will not be allowed in. Let's see. What? See you today for dinner? I want dinner. I want to butt in on that dinner. Lars says, I am starting a fundraiser for GASP. They make my life easier. You know, I don't know what to tell you, Lars. In the United States, friends, families, couples are breaking up because of political ideologies. I understand, Lars, that you are a big advocate for GASP, but please don't let this get in the way of the life we share. That's all I'm going to say. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Chris says it must be December Fool's Day. Yeah, think. Da 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 da. Christine says, please tell me it's April Fool's Day. This English group is a joke, right? Well, it is a joke, and it is not April Fool's Day. It is Dia de los Inocentes Day. Let's see what else. Da 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 da. Is Costco not closed these days to build a second floor? No, Lars. They have postponed that construction project because they tried to start it last year and they got into trouble. Let's see. I'm still waiting for your flying cars in Emiliano Zapata. Feliz Dia de los Inocentes. I am concerned about the ley lines. Let the chips fall where they may. Oh, what a great pun. Thank you very much, Gary. Oh, my goodness. The most interesting news of the year? Asks Mark. Well, you tell me. You tell me. Jess says, I thought Paco's batch of brownies went bad after listening to the news. No. They went good, actually. Let's see. Oh, that market is open this Sunday as well, a special year-end sale. Thank you for that, Michal. And I'm sorry, Michal and I had made plans to go together, but I had a lunch with Lars, so I beat you to it. So maybe we can go on Sunday, or maybe we can go on Monday. Let's see what else. Thank you for telling us about the municipal market. The municipal market is real news, by the way. Everything before the break, the weather break, was fake news. Everything after the break is real news. Kimberly, yes, great seeing you yesterday at this market. We purchased 2 rugs made from hand by local indigenous people. The pine baskets were elegant, strong, and beautiful. Love the baklava too. Right? It was a beautiful place. Aren't they called the ley lines because they run through the middle of Lay Supermarket? Well, maybe. You know, you might be onto something, Logan. Bridget says, what is the address for the market? It's on the Municipal Stadium across from the Sheraton. There is no street address. It's on Francisco Medina Asensio. I laughed out loud several times. Paco, some great ones. Thank you. I always start my list of pranky news for the following year today. Like today, I'll start thinking about what to bring to the table a year from today. So I look forward to this. And no. Lucha Libre is actually canceled, unfortunately. Or is it part of Mexico? No, it was actually canceled, which bummed me out because I was all set to go this afternoon. I saw it from my friend Jorge, who does promotion. Something was posted on Facebook. And I also got news of it from another friend. I think we hosted some members of this English-only advocacy group this past week at my place of employment. Well, I will say this. The fact that GASP does not exist as an advocacy group does not mean that there aren't some nasty bitches out there hoping that Spanish will be abolished. Enough said. Let's see. Oh no. Carmen is cold. I'm not used to this. I am not used to this either. I've been wearing, I suppose I'm grateful that I make blankets because I've been wearing blankets all for the past couple of days. Can you get those? Can you get those sombreros on Amazon? Well, Mexico doesn't want the United States transgenic corn. My hunch is that Jeff Bezos is going to ban the sale of Mexico's new transgenic sombreros on Amazon US. But you may be able to find them on Amazon.com Mexico. This might be the case, Michal, because I didn't see anything about the holiday sale on their Facebook page for tomorrow, but I did see that giant banner that I showed you a while back for Monday. Thank you for making me laugh so hard, says Lars. I say thank you. I say thank you. That's all I'm going to say. Oh no. Albert had already purchased toys for the Lucha Libre. Well, hold on to them because they might reschedule for three Wise Men Day. I don't know what happened, but I will get in touch with the organizer. My hunch is they will try to reschedule for 3 Wise Men Day, which is on January the 6th. Let's see. Let's wrap up with another counter. Luna says 18 more sleeps. I love it. Well, whenever you get here, I hope you find your way to Puerto Vallarta a safe way and a safe trip. And I hope you enjoy the season. And this brings us to the end of Coffee and Headlines for today. Again, if you bought into any of the news items you were shamelessly had, it's a Mexican tradition. Get used to it. If you were amused, thank you for being amused. If you were not amused, again, this is what we do on Dia de los Inocentes. Have a great weekend, and I will see you again on Monday morning with fresh, real news. Take care.